Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today we're going to talk about the playoffs for VCT Sao Paulo, and it's a winner that you probably weren't expecting unless you are my simulation. But before we get into that, let's talk about the show match which happened before the grand final, that being Team Derke versus Team FRT. So we'll have a quick look at the rosters before we have a look at the match, and obviously, as you can tell, Team FRT won. So in Team Derke, we have CNET, Paula, Showmatch, Mimi, and Tarek. And in Team FRT, we have Pankata, Sugetsu, FRT, SK Rossi, and Vela. Obviously, I think Showmatch might be a content creator. I think Vela might be also a content creator. FRT is a content creator. Tarek's also a content creator. Paula, I think she's also a content creator, but I might be wrong about that. So yeah, that was basically SaaS rosters, and we'll have a look at the match which happened. And this is also where we got to see the first, our first impressions of the new agent, which is Gecko. Obviously, I will post a video of Gecko as a whole in the description below. But as you can tell, Tarek and FRT, both of them played Gecko. I'm pretty sure is also like a new role that Gecko has. I don't know what the role's called, sadly. I would love to know what it is, but I don't know though. And I will also go more in depth with his roles, with his role and abilities when their agent is officially announced. But I'll be honest, first impressions of him, he's definitely maybe an A tier agent. And I'll get to that when we talk about Gecko more in depth in Valorant. So as you can tell, Team FRT, they won on Lotus, a 13-10 scoreline. Pankata popped off apparently as well. CNET also had his best balls enough. Mimi also has some good showing as well. I will also have no, we can't have a look at the performance. Never mind. So yeah, I was a bit skeptical on Tarek's team, I'll be honest, because FRT's team, they has so much power with Sugetsu and Pankata, and I also had to look at FRT's Valorant matches in the past, and they were decent, I'll be honest. I mean, he was mainly a Phoenix play for some reason, but I was like in 2020, so I give him the benefit of the doubt. But still, a good show match to start off the playoffs. Well, I should say the grand final, I should say. So FRT won against Team Derke. Let's now have a look at the results, and this is what it looks like, the semifinals. First, I have a look at Loud versus DRX, a thrilling five map match against Loud and DRX. Osbars, he popped off plus 26 KDA ratio. He did a phenomenal job, carried the Brazilian crowd. Mako also had some great performances as well. Pearl 13-5 to Loud. Icebox 13-8. Aspas also once again doing a phenomenal job, and 13-7 on Split. And this is where we also get to see Sarduck on Raze. Fracture 13-7 for DRX and 13-8 for Loud. Obviously, Loud just came back in the nick of time, so thank goodness for that and for the Brazilian crowds, because that would be pretty bad if Loud didn't make it to the grand final, but they did at the very end. And then for the final one, Fnatic versus Na'Vi, very dominating fashion for Fnatic against Na'Vi. Na'Vi I feel like they didn't really show up. They were just meh. They just look like a very average European team against Fnatic, which, to be fair, Fnatic, they popped off in this game. 13-11 on Haven, 13-4 on Lotus, and 13-11 on Fracture. And Chronicle, Leo as well, they're doing a phenomenal work. Mainly Leo, he was a plus 10 KD ratio, so great signs for the future for Fnatic. And then in the grand final, which I did watch a bit of it, it was Fnatic winning their first ever LAN title for Boaster and Derke. Second time for Chronicle and first time for Leo and Alpha Year. So it's probably actually going to be one of the best Valorant matches of all time. Chronicle playing a total of 5 agents in the game, which is it's a lot, maybe a bit too much, I think, in my opinion. But Leo, I'm pretty sure, did get Grand Final MVP, so congrats to him. He did a great job. He had the game of his life. Aspas was coming alive a bit on Icebox, but it just wasn't enough for Les. He popped off. He was a amazing player in this game. 13-8 goes to Fnatic. 13-7 goes on Fracture goes to Fnatic. 13-9 on Split goes to Loud. 13-8 on Lotus goes to Loud. And then 14-12 to round off the game and in the tournament on an OT went to 14-12 to Icebox on Icebox to Fnatic. Derke, he showed up as well during this game, so great job on him. Both also had some good performances, Les as well, like I mentioned before. Kaunzin had a good time on Fracture. Leo also doing great on Fracture, and Sardark was pretty good. Leo once again doing a phenomenal job. So congrats to Fnatic on their win and locked in. Obviously the crowd was incredibly silent, we'll say that. But still, amazing job by Fnatic and to win locked in. Definitely a team to watch out for. I'm pretty sure Fnatic is also the first team to now be part of Masters Tokyo, if I remember correctly. And speaking of VCT, actually, first of all, before we get into that, let's talk about my pick'ems. So this is the simulation, and the simulation was correct on all 3 matches. Getting Loud correct and getting Fnatic correct. So I'm pretty sure the kind of was like 135. I'm pretty sure that was the simulation ended up in. And for me, I only got Loud right, and the Na'Vi Fnatic, I did not get that one right, and Loud versus Na'Vi did not get that one right either. So let's just have a look at the group. So I basically won. I won against the simulation, 205 points over the simulation's 130 points. I will be doing this as well with Tokyo, and possibly even possibly also the other regions of the America, EMEA, Pacific, mainly probably. I guess probably just the the playoffs, I should say, not the what's the word I'm trying to look for, not the group stage, because I think that'd be a bit too much unless there is a simulation thing that I can do with that. But mainly for the playoffs, I will be doing that for the Americas, EMEA, and the Pacific regions, because the group stages will be a bit too much for me. So that's it for Locked in Sao Paulo. Once again, I send my congratulations to Fnatic. They did a wonderful job. Speaking also on VCT, it was announced, I'm pretty sure in the broadcast of which city is going to be hosting champions, and that is Los Angeles. Now, there was rumors that it might have been that Los Angeles might have been the first city to host champions in 2021. That did not happen. That went to Berlin. 2022, that went to Istanbul, Turkey, and now in 2023 will be in Los Angeles in August. Now, I can't remember actually how each team. So it looks like it'll be hosting rounds. It'll be 16 teams. It looks like so 16 teams will be yep, there it is. So 16 teams will be champions at Istanbul, at Los Angeles, US. So that'll be really exciting. Not too sure on how that's gonna work. I guess maybe LCQ. There might be an LCQ there, but I'm not too sure. There'll be the finals on August 26th, and there will be tickets as well coming out in the coming months. I'm pretty sure this might be where the arena might be, but I'm not too sure. I don't think they actually said where the arena is going to be, sadly. Oh, no, yeah, never mind. At the Shrine Auditorium, we'll host the opening rounds from August 6th to 20th. The champions will conclude in the front of the largest capacity venue in the history of Valorant esports at the iconic Kia Forum. So that'll be very exciting for Valorant esports as a whole. And I think it's going to be great. I'm going to try and watch it, but we'll see, because I'm still in school. So that's really about it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye. Just a correction as well about me talking about Fnatic will be in Locked in Sao Paulo. I am wrong. It is the top 4 of the EMEA qualifiers or region. I should say the EMEA League. Whoever's in the top 4 will be advancing to Masters Tokyo. I apologize for that. I just thought Fnatic would get an automatic waiver. But either way, catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.